Hey guys!
How you all doing?
We're good.
We're back sooner than we thought because we've had a little, I say little Eurovision announcement. It's quite a big Eurovision announcement. We found out yesterday that there was going to be an announcement on what type of show we could expect in May, and we've had that announcement. But first of all, hello Clara, hello Jess.
Hi.
Jess, I love your hoodie. Twan,
Thank you.
wear it with pride, young lady. Wear it with pride. And we've already got loads of people in the live chat. We've got Sarah O'Halloran. Why is there no A? We're going to talk about that shortly. We've got Tommy. We've got Justin. We've got Alex and Sonia. We've got Paolo. We've got Viggs in the live. Hey guys, how you all doing? So, Twan, over to you as our resident Dutch person. Tell us about the announcement that was made probably about an hour ago now.
Yeah, so they announced that the scenario A had been ruled out. Scenario A was the normal Eurovision like we see it every year. And they also announced they were going to focus on scenario B. But depending on the situation in the world, scenario C and D can also happen. And they edited the scenario C, where all the participants could be in Rotterdam. They have now changed it that no participants can be in Rotterdam if scenario D, C or D happens.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, we just pulled up the graphic there and that they have amended it. So we've got a bit more information as to what we expect. I mean, when we heard yesterday that they were going to be making an announcement today, and they had previously promised that we would know what kind of Eurovision we were going to expect, we were expecting them to kind of announce for certain what scenario would be taking place in May. But you can understand that we're still at a period in the pandemic. It's difficult even now to be able to make that prediction as to how Europe will be in May. So they've knocked out a scenario, which is scenario A, which is the normal Eurovision that we all know and love. It is good, though, that they've said they're focusing on scenario B, but also managing our expectations in that while they may be focusing on it, options C and D are still very much alive as well. But how did you feel, Jess, to get the announcement today?
I mean, I actually feel quite happy because I feel like they're really trying their very hardest to give us the best possible contest that they can. And, you know, I think it was obvious for everyone that scenario A was never going to happen in 2021. So the fact that they're now kind of revising the other scenarios and putting measures in place.
I have to stop you. There's something with your sound and people in the live chat can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you fine, Jess. I'm not sure why no one else can. So, Clara, if we come to you, maybe.
Yes, can you guys hear me? I'm very happy that we got this news today because it's a confirmation. Oh, Justin can hear you, Jess. So maybe you want to continue? I don't know. Oh, and Tommy can hear her too. So sorry.
Lots of people can't hear Jess. So if we just go to you, Clara.
Okay. I'm happy that we got this information because now we know for sure Eurovision is happening. We already knew it was going to happen, but it's good that we know what to expect. I think it's nice that they are focusing on plan B, and there's also, they said that they would expect to produce 9 shows, the 6 dress rehearsals, the 2 semifinals and the final. All of this, of course, will be followed by very strict safety measures, COVID tests performed regularly to everyone involved, and making sure it's the safest Eurovision as possible.
Yeah, we've got loads of comments already in the live. We have to say hello to Lydia ESC. Hello to you. Alex and Sonia, you don't understand why scenario C, audience is allowed, but no live appearances. The acts would be more important to you. That's actually a really valid point.
I think it's because it's a travel restricted plan, and it's probably going to be used if not many delegations can travel to Rotterdam, and also maybe they want to please the audience somehow. They want to give the audience an opportunity to attend the shows.
Yeah, that's. I'm just having a look now. So they are saying 0 to 80% of the audience could be present. I would expect that to be much nearer to the 0 potentially than it would to the 80%. I think that's being a bit optimistic because social distancing. I mean, we did see a glimpse of how social distancing can work in France's national final last weekend. Lots of perspex screens, people sat in little groups with masks. The judges had masks, so it gives us a little glimpse as to what a socially distanced Eurovision may look like. Just going to go back to the comments. We have to say hello to we've got Euroboy. Hey Euroboy. Vig's Flash Films, you're saying you hope at least 41 acts will perform on stage in Rotterdam.
Yes, this is something they've also mentioned, that they will try the 41, but some of them might not be able to perform live. And as Vasil told us yesterday in the live chat, all of the artists have to live tape themselves. So if one of them or a few delegations cannot travel to Rotterdam, they will plug in the live tape.
Yes. Justin is saying, with the success of Junior Eurovision last year, do we think this will translate as well for Eurovision?
Definitely, yes. I thought Junior Eurovision was a magnificent show, so I think it can definitely work for Eurovision as well.
And I remember we said back then when they did Junior Eurovision that it was a seamless show as well. You would, it was almost, well, it was produced to be like that, but it was almost like the artists were there live. It was done very, very well, but also recognising the situation. It wasn't trying to hide the fact that we were in the middle of a pandemic and that the artists weren't there. So it was very well done. Jess, we're going to do a little test. Jess, count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Guys, if you can hear Jess, please let us know. We've got Stephen Kendall. Do we think that if there's a requirement to tape beforehand, small countries won't come to Rotterdam because of budget restrictions and they'll put all their money into the home recording?
I'm sure the EBU would support them in some way or the other because it's a requirement brought by the EBU. So I would think that it would not make a difference.
I think people can hear you, Jess. I'm going to say hello to. We've got Katya in the live chat. Alexander Pagels, you're saying that you got the feeling that we wouldn't get the actual decision today. Yeah, I think there'll be some people disappointed that we still got no absolute certainty. However, I think we just need to get used to, not only in terms of Eurovision, but in life, that we're going to have a lot of uncertainty over the next month. But we have got some certainty, and we know that it's not going to be a Eurovision. There's no hope for that now. Not that I think lots of people are talking about scenario B and C, maybe a mixture of a few. So it's a welcome announcement, but also there is still a lot of uncertainty for us. I'm just going to say hello. We've got Vinny P in the live. We've got Mr. Danny Detail. Yes. We've got Felix P. You're Dutch and you're really happy to hear the news. Sarah O'Halloran, great idea. There should be a cartoon edition of the contest.
Oh, that could be really cool. Yes.
That would be great. AM Rifki, who I believe is over in I can't remember, Malaysia or Indonesia, Singapore, somewhere like that. You're saying the priority now is to ensure that all artists can be brought to Rotterdam and sing live, real time from the venue, even if there has to be no audience at all. It's really interesting to hear what people's priorities are, and it is for having the artist there to do that live performance. It's
so selfless in a way. I'm happy that we have this Eurovision sense of community, like the songs, the Eurovision itself comes first and then the audience. So it's nice to hear that. But it's great that we are actually having a Eurovision to look forward to, which is the best thing ever.
And we have to be really thankful to the organisers for that.
And a lot of hotel rooms have been booked in Rotterdam for the delegations. So there still is the possibility that all delegations will travel to Rotterdam.
Please.
I'm just going to go through. We've got Monique from the Netherlands. You're getting your money back for 3 different tickets for Eurovision. We are going to talk about tickets shortly because Twan's got some information on that. Let's have a look. Green Oscar, you're at the stage where you don't care too much anymore. Junior Eurovision was good with the restrictions, and it's only 1 year. Whatever happens is going to be much better than nothing at all. Exactly. You know, we need to get whatever positivity we can get from the current climate in the world. So we've got ESC Matt Gaga in the house. At the end of the day, you will still watch it regardless of the scenario.
So
Emily
will we.
Freeman, you're saying you think countries that won't be able to travel are the big five who will have bigger budgets to provide better at-home arrangements. Well, there are lots of rules actually around the pre-recorded videos as well. They're not allowed use of kind of special effects. There's lots of limitations, and my view is that that's to make it more of an even playing field for smaller countries that maybe don't have the big budget that some of you guys have already mentioned. But Twan, we've spoken about the scenarios. There was also some news about tickets, which some people may be very interested in.
Yes, all the people that bought tickets will be refunded their money this month, and sometime in April they will get the chance, if there will be an audience, they will get the chance to repurchase their tickets with a link in their email, and just hope you can repurchase your tickets if there's going to be an audience. And mind that the tickets you bought for 2020 will be the tickets you can get the chance to repurchase for 2021. So, for example, if you bought tickets for the jury show of the final for 2020, you can get the chance to buy tickets for the jury show of the final in 2021 if there's going to be an audience.
Brilliant. So there's lots of opportunities there for people to look into what they can do with their tickets that they've had. Did you have tickets, Twan? I can't remember.
I did. I have tickets for the grand final, 3 of them.
Ah, okay. Who were you going to take? Was it? I mean, you'd have to choose out of me, Clara, and Jess, actually. So, which 2 are you going to choose, Twan?
I can sneak all 3 of you in.
Cool. Jess is quite small. We can just like put it in the bag.
And also 12 points to Jess's mic. Jess, you're with us now. We can hear you. We've got Paolo who's saying you think realistically some of the delegations will be there, and you think a really reduced audience, maybe 0 to 20% audience capacity, is more realistic.
I could see that.
We've got Milosh who's saying you're hoping for scenario B. I think really we're all hoping for scenario B now because it's the closest to a normal Eurovision. But back when we were talking about this a few months ago, we were saying that we were thinking scenario C was the most likely, or maybe a mix between scenario C and D. But one thing we've learned about this pandemic is things change on a daily basis. I mean, obviously, we're talking about kind of travel restrictions from other countries, but it's all very dependent on restrictions within the Netherlands as well as the host country. I mean, what's the situation like there at the moment, Twan?
It's not really good. Our lockdown has just been extended until the beginning of March. All non-essential shops are closed. Shows cannot have any audience at the moment. So it's not looking very bright for Eurovision at the moment, but things can change. We've seen that things can and do change very rapidly in this pandemic situation. So I wouldn't count any scenario out, B, C, or D.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Tommy Corbett likes Sarah O'Halloran scenario E for the cartoon version. And Serdian, hey Serdian, you're saying is press going to be able to attend the shows? Well, there has been an addition to the scenario kind of table with a bit more information on press. So in scenario B, there will be some press able to attend. There's also the option for virtual press as well, and they've given some numbers on that. And in C and D, 1,500 virtual press will be able to attend the event. If we just go through the scenarios again, so scenario B is almost all participants will be in Rotterdam. There'll be a slightly reduced audience between 0 to 80%. The side events in Rotterdam will be adapted, I would imagine, to make them socially distanced, and there will be a reduced capacity in the press centre, but there'll be a virtual press centre opportunity for people as well. Scenario C, no participants in Rotterdam. Which is different to the scenario C that we were talking about a few months ago because it was a mixture. There will still be potential for audience in the arena, although it will be reduced. Again, reduced side events in Rotterdam and a full virtual press centre. And then scenario D, which we all know about, which is proper lockdown scenario. No participants in Rotterdam, no audience, no side events, but there's still the opportunity for a virtual press centre as well. So it is good that they've considered the press in this as well. I've just had to shift myself because I've done what I always do. I'm kneeling on the ground. My foot has gone completely dead. So excuse me if I pull some funny faces, guys. But guys, if you are just joining us, we have been going through the scenarios. The organisers of Eurovision this year have revealed that scenario A, which is a normal Eurovision, is no longer an option, and they are now primarily focusing on socially distanced Eurovision, which is option scenario B. But obviously scenario C and D, so travel restrictive and lockdown editions of the contest, still very much on the table as well. And if you are joining us for the first time, then and you haven't subscribed to Eurovoxx, then why not? Make sure you do that down there. Subscribe to our channel. Leave some comments under our video if you're not watching us live. And also go to our other socials, Facebook, Insta and Twitter. And make sure you hit the notification bell when you subscribe so you don't miss any of our live chats or any of our videos. We've got so much coming up during this Eurovision season. Yes, there's a pandemic, but Eurovision still continues. So we'll be bringing you lots of videos, news, reactions, all sorts. So, guys, not very much more to say, really, but I will just quickly go. I think my mic's not working properly, so there's obviously a problem with YouTube today, I think. So I hope everyone else can hear me. But guys, we will wrap it up there. Just quick reaction from you all just on today's announcement for those that are just joining us.
I'm happy. I'm just happy Eurovision is going ahead. It's just kind of a reassurance Eurovision is going ahead.
Yes, I share Twan's sentiment. I'm happy to get anything in any format of Eurovision that is a competition and there's songs and the artists can express themselves creatively. And I'm sure this will set a precedent on whatever is going to happen in the future. We know there's like a system that works.
I agree with Twan and Clara, and I'm happy not only that we get a contest, but I'm happy that they haven't given us like a definite answer now, because obviously things can change so quickly with COVID. So I'm happy that they're kind of ruling out one thing, but then keeping other things into consideration, and they can make a final decision nearer the time on what works at the time of Eurovision and not 3 months before. So I'm happy.
Yeah, and we say it time and time again, but we have to thank the organisers for at least giving us a show this year. They had to put on Europe Shine a Light very short notice last year, so we're optimistic that we're going to get something that fills me with joy as a Eurovision fan. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today and for taking part in the live chat. Thanks to Clara, Twan and Jess. And guys, until the next video, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.